right? So if this is your dealing range, this is a pretty huge range. We tap inside of the discount of the range. We keep on pushing higher. We have SMT at these highs. So after we sweep them, first of all, in order to sweep them, you have what? A new range, right? From this high to this low. If you mark out that range, because this is your draw on liquidity, right? This is your draw. Failure swings, high, 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 right? What do we do? Before we take it out, we tap into the 50% of the range. This is the 1 hour chart. Right? So we tap that, displace higher, create an SMT, drop from it, right? How I use it is exactly how I told you. Daily, right? Are we respecting the previous daily low? 1 hour. The same shit, right? What are we doing? What range are we inside of? So what range are we inside of now, right? What is the range? Like this is your range. It's pretty clear. This is your range, right? So if these are your targets, this is your range. So you don't want to be selling here, right? You want to be selling here, somewhere where I entered, right?
So technically, your sell was, if we tapped lows before retracing up, your sells were not technically a bad entry.
Yeah, not a bad entry, not A plus because of the narrative, but you can
But
use
if
it
we
like this.
tap those lows, we wouldn't be looking for sells, would we?
Exactly. We wouldn't. Exactly.
So
See,
then that box would be useless in this case.
yeah, I wouldn't use it like that. I would use it maybe a different way. For example, so for me, for example, I literally never in my life draw the EQ because I literally see it by my blind eye. I see it. Like I don't need to draw it. I see what range we are working with, right? If that makes sense. But I will explain that obviously because you don't see it yet, right? So for example, if you want to go short and this is your current range on the lower time frames, right? This is your current range. You want to be buying somewhere around in the premium, right? But we already tapped something in there, right? We tapped this gap, right? So we can displace lower here. We can displace lower, right?
So could
One,
you have caught that move up this morning if you,
nah, hell no. If I could have, I would have gone. So if I could have anticipated this, I definitely would.
but
But
if you
as I
took
said,
that most recent swing low and drew a bullish box, what you just had, couldn't, well, that you maybe would have only done it to the high that wasn't hit yet, if that makes sense.
no, because my narrative.
Like,
So
let's say if
don't.
it was 9 a.m.
All right. Now it was 9 a.m. Now is that what you're saying?
No, like you did the right swing low, but if you take the high lower, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, so
And then
here.
maybe got bought. Yeah, yeah. Could you have,
Yeah, makes sense. Yep. That is your dealing range. But to be
you
honest,
weren't
here,
bullish, and I guess going into this,
yeah,
so it wouldn't make sense.
here I don't care about premium and discount. Why? Because we're so close to the lows. You can simplify it by simply saying to yourself, are we respecting the previous 50% of the previous candle range? On the daily, on the 4 hour, right?
Okay.
I invalidate my shit. I don't know if you read my post. I invalidate my shit through EQ. I invalidate my position. How? Literally mechanically. As I said, if I want to invalidate my short setup on ES, and I already invalidated it, or it got invalidated by the markets, this needs, if we sweep it, we don't need to go all the way up here. So mechanically, either we are respecting 50% of the wick, either that, right? Either we are respecting 50, but if not, I just want to see a sweep and then displace lower.
That's
For example, if you would be bullish here, you would say, this is my range. Do I have any PD arrays inside of this 4 hour candle? Oh, I do. The 1 hour gap. Oh, it's that. Perfect. It's not in discount, but it is in the upper half. So once again, this is a
bullish.
little bit advanced. Upper half of the previous candle. You want to see the upper half get respected. Why? Because that means you're mechanically saying it's a small wick, it can displace, right?
Right.
First of all, this 4 hour doesn't support bearish expansion. You do not trade it bearish. That's a rule. That's no going around that. The only way you can go around that is, and that is also a bit more advanced, but you can write it down if you want. If the daily is bearish, which it is, if we have targets open, which we do, and if we're close, a bit closer, first of all, we need to be closer to the targets. This is like hella far, like 400 points, First of all, if we were closer, and this doesn't support expansion, but it's 930, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why can you then trade it? Why can you then trade against the 4-hour
It would
candle?
just be retracement rather.
No, but you have the driver. So the driver is giving you more volume. So you can say, all right, I can maybe trade against the 4-hour candle, right? Profile, right?
Okay.
Does it make sense? But do we have any drivers now? Fuck no. Do we have news? We should have had news. I don't know what happened. The news was scheduled. I don't know what the fuck happened. So you don't have drivers. You need to pair your narrative with the drivers. You need to do that shit.